What do Marilyn Monroe, a diaper commercial, and your next viral ad have in common? One word, asymmetry. In this eye-opening video, I'll reveal how asymmetry is a simple but powerful trigger that you can use instantly to boost the impact of your product marketing, your ads, your social media posts, and your sales pitches beyond what you ever expected. This isn't just theory. You'll see how brands like Pampers diapers, Hathaway Shirts, L'Oreal, and even Hollywood stars used asymmetry to stand out and go viral. Hi, I'm James I. Bond, one of America's leading behavioral management specialists, having helped some of the world's most famous people, including Warren Buffett, on his way to becoming the world's richest person, billionaire Saul Price, who's the founder of Price Club and Costco, and others. Now, I believe what I'm about to show you will radically simplify how you sell your ideas and products beyond what you ever expected. Now, first, let me define asymmetry so you understand what it is and how it works. Then, I'll give you incredible examples of how it works in two areas, visually and verbally. First, visually in your ads and posts, then verbally in your headlines, slogans, and pitches, and in ads and posts as well. Now, asymmetry is the opposite of symmetry, which is balance. You know, the balance. When you see a building like the Taj Mahal, you expect it to be symmetrical, where the image is balanced and both sides look the same. When you look at someone's face, like my face here, you expect the same for both sides to basically look the same. Now, this is the visual side of asymmetry, where if something is not balanced, it stands out from the crowd and grabs everyone's attention. Verbally, asymmetry means you're told something you already know, but it's different from what you expect, and therefore also grabs your attention and stands out from the crowd. Let's start with the visual side. Do you remember Norma Jean Mortensen? Well, to become more successful, Norma Jean Mortensen changed her name to Marilyn Monroe and dyed her hair platinum blonde to copy Jean Harlow, a famous actress back then and Marilyn's idol. She loved Jean Harlow. Now, trying to look as professional as possible, she decided to cover the beauty mark on her cheek with makeup. But guess what happened? One day, while looking at photos of Jean Harlow, she noticed something strange. In some photos, she had a beauty mark on her cheek, and in others, that beauty mark was on her chin. Wait a minute. Is it possible she doesn't even have a beauty mark? Could she be putting a dot on her face simply to grab attention to herself? Rather than hiding it, Marilyn decided to try darkening the beauty mark on her cheek. Guess what happened? Suddenly, she became even more famous and successful than she ever expected, in a large part with the help of that dot on her face that everyone noticed. Now, she's not the only one who had that. In her biography, supermodel Cindy Crawford told how when she was young, she begged her mom to take her to the doctor to remove the beauty mark above the left side of her lip. Today, she explains how she's so happy that her mom didn't do what she asked. Why? Because she believes that beauty mark helped her stand out from the crowd of models and become the first major supermodel. Actor Jason Momoa, who starred in major movies like Aquaman and Dune, has a bald spot on one of his eyebrows. Could that be part of the reason he's become so successful? How about actor Forest Whittaker and his lazy eye? Could that have helped him become successful and famous? What's interesting, I went to Google and asked for the black actor with a lazy eye, and guess who came up? Yep, him. Okay, it's amazing. Even Google knows that he's the famous actor with a lazy eye. Okay, so how could you apply this to your own advertising and marketing? Well, here's an example. Famous advertiser David Ogilvy was running ads for Hathaway Shirts. He was concerned that just about every shirt ad was basically the same, or looks basically the same, with some good-looking guy wearing the shirt, a nice pair of pants and shoes, maybe in a nice environment, and probably with a good-looking woman. But he wanted his ads to stand out from all other shirt ads. So what could he do? How about this? Putting an eye patch on the guy and creating the headline, "The Man in the Hathaway Shirt," without explaining why the guy has an eye patch. That eye patch, another example of asymmetry, helped turn Hathaway Shirts into a blockbuster of success. In fact, billionaire Warren Buffett eventually loved the company so much that he bought it, which is why his company is called Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, how about this guy covering his eye? Does that grab attention? Or this article on Steve Jobs with half his face cut off? Here's an ad I created. Does cutting off her face grab your attention? Here's a post with Albert Einstein and one with John Lennon of the Beatles, again with their faces cut off. How about the ads for Target stores with the dog with a target on one of his eyes? Think it's a coincidence that all these use asymmetry? Nope. Each of the creators knows that making one side different from the other helps your ads and posts grab attention and stand out from the crowd. But asymmetry doesn't just work with images. There's something else about asymmetry. You could actually take a statement that everyone already knows and change the ending in such a way that it surprises your prospects so much that it grabs their attention and makes selling much easier. Now, here are a few lines where comedians use asymmetry. "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, congratulations. With great power comes great electric bills. I want to change the world, but first I need to change my underwear. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, take me to the nearest bar. In case of fire, break wind." See what they're doing here? They took a phrase that everyone knows and simply changed the ending. Major advertisers use this too because it makes their ads stand out from the crowd at literally zero cost. Now, here are some examples. Timberland, from the days when men were men and so were the women. It's odd, isn't it? But it grabs your attention. Oxford University, to be or not to be, that is two questions. And then it says, if you too are smarter than Shakespeare, we've the degree for you. Okay, Pampers diapers, to pee or not to be, we got the answer. How about this? They laughed when I sat down at the piano. They stopped when I picked it up, for Gold's Gym. So if I was doing an ad for Perrier carbonated water, I could use this. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of Perrier. By the way, besides asymmetry, I also used alliteration, the repetition of sound. Pail of Perrier. See how powerful asymmetry can be to boost the impact of your ads, your posts, and your sales pitches? Okay, here's one more angle with asymmetry, giving people the opposite message of what they expect. Now think about this. If you can get people to pick up your product, especially if it's in a grocery store, you have a better chance of selling lots of them, okay? Lots of the product that you have, which led to the advertising slogan, "Don't squeeze the Charmin," okay? Which of course got just about everyone wanting to squeeze it, helping turn Charmin into a blockbuster of success. Here's one of Patagonia's most powerful ads using the headline, "Don't buy this jacket." Technically, this ad is promoting Patagonia's core value to maintain a better environment by not getting people to overbuy. When your jacket is so good, you can use it forever without having to buy another winter jacket and another one and another one. This is not salt. This is not a light bulb. This is not an apple. These ads show what else these products are used for, helping promote DePaul University. How about this? L'Oreal's "This is an ad for men," showing lipstick as a chart to explain to men to hire more women in leadership roles. We're all worth it. Again, promoting their core value to help women rise to the top. And then the Volvo ad. "We designed every car to look like this," showing a crashed car. Now, each of these grabs attention by saying or showing the opposite of what you expect. They're basically helping support their core values as it can for you and whatever you're trying to sell. For example, Patagonia focuses on environmental responsibility, and that's what their ad shows. Volvo focuses on driver safety. L'Oreal focuses on defending the value of women. See how presenting something opposite to what people expect can help boost the impact of your ads and your posts? Okay, so let's review the 3 ways that you can use asymmetry to boost the impact of your ads, your posts, and your pitches. First, visually. Putting a dot on something like Marilyn did, or an eye patch, or cutting off part of a face or product can definitely make your ads and posts stand out from the crowd. Second, verbally, taking a phrase that everyone already knows and changing the ending to totally surprise them, like to be or not to be, that is not the question. And third, also verbally, saying the opposite of what everyone expects, like don't buy this or don't touch this, to encourage your audience to actually buy or do what you want. It can make your ad and message grab more attention than you ever expected. Applying asymmetry to whatever you're selling can also let your message hyper resonate in your prospect's mind, making selling a whole lot easier, as it has for so many of America's top marketers. And it's definitely something you could easily do yourself. Even though you're competing with large marketers, it makes no difference. This is powerful. Try it and let me know how this works for you. And by the way, if you want to learn more about how to use powerful brain triggers like asymmetry and 14 other brain triggers, my book Brain Glue has become a finalist as the best business book of the year by Publishers Weekly, because so many marketers have become wealthier than they ever expected by using these brain triggers. You can check it out yourself at yesbrainglue.com. Also, if you like this video, click like, share, and subscribe, and you'll get access to more of the videos I'm creating to help simplify your ability to grow your income. For now, try asymmetry, especially with phrases that people already know, and watch how much easier and more fun selling can be for you. Enjoy.